Are you tired of walking into the grocery store and not being able to find what you want, or going to Home Depot or Lowe's and the product you want to get isn't in stock? Well, we're going to go ahead and talk about food in particular in this video, long-term storage, and some of the ways we do long-term food storage here at our household. So let's go ahead and get into this. Hi YouTube, hope you're having a great day. Surrey with AV Prepping. Today's video we're going to talk about long-term food storage. I'm going to show you again some of the things we do to store our food for long-term. It's more important now than ever before that you start getting food while you can. I'm not saying run out and buy everything, but when you're at the store, go ahead and start buying a little bit of extra. There's ways you can prepare it to where it'll last a really long time. One example is Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios. Our son loves those things. We've had increases on that food item over the last year, and General Mills, who is the manufacturer of Honey Nut Cheerios, said they are going to have a 7 to 8% price increase on their cereal products. So this isn't till FY22, but they're saying that now. I think we're going to have increases before, or not in FY22, but in 2022. I see us having some increases on that beforehand just because of the supply chain issues we're having. So I'm going to show you ways you can take those Cheerios and make them last for years. But they'll be there, so when you go to the grocery store and you or your children want some Honey Nut Cheerios, they're there. They're also talking about all of the proteins increasing. I've said it before, meats are going up. They were predicting that eggs would go up a little bit and chicken would go up a little bit. Now they're saying they're going to go up quite a bit. So there's ways you can store your food, your proteins, whether it's beef, pork, or poultry, with a vacuum sealer. And there's some little tricks you can do to make them even last longer than just vacuum seal with a standard vacuum sealing. And on top of that, if you take the time and you have a vacuum sealer and you can go ahead and season your proteins before you vacuum seal them, it'll just save you a little time on the back end of doing it. A little more up front, but it's kind of nice when you can just pull something out of the freezer and get it done. We're also going to be using Mylar bags again. I'm going to show you all those little techniques that we use, and hopefully it'll inspire some people to get their food ready, because it's just going to get worse. I keep beating this dead horse, but this isn't about fear. This is just about reality. If you read Bloomberg reports and other financial reports, it's just like, wow, we're in for it. So let's go ahead and get into storing. So in this first picture, you'll see that I took my cutting board, laid it down, and then I placed my meat on top of it, but I have saran wrap underneath the meat. In the second picture, I have the meat wrapped up inside of the saran wrap. And in this third picture, you'll see that I have the meat vacuum sealed. And what this does, the vacuum sealer obviously takes out all the air, and it just makes your meat and vegetables last longer inside your freezer. And by putting it inside the saran wrap, it gives you definitely extra time with your meat inside of that freezer. And this is the end product right here. So the next thing I did was I took and repurposed a pickle jar, and I put pretzels in here. So what I did was I placed an oxygen absorber in here, closed the lid tightly, and that's all you have to do for this. It's done, it's sealed, and it'll last for years. The other thing I did was I took a regular mason jar, I took my vacuum sealer with an attachment that goes on top of this lid, and if you can see, I'm just holding the lid, the mason jar by the lid. I vacuum sealed all the air out of it. And I did a video with crackers from 2012 or 2013 that are just as crunchy as the day they came off the baking line, or whatever you call it when they mass produce little Cheez-Its. So this is good to go. And the third and final way to vacuum seal, and you'll see in the pictures, I put the pretzels inside of a Mylar bag, and I put little pieces of the vacuum sealer bag that has little ridges on it. That'll allow the air to be sucked out of the bag. I don't suck it all the way down from the vacuum sealer while it's in the Mylar bag, because the pretzel has these little sharp edges and it'll pop it. It'll make little holes and it won't seal. After I get some of the air out, I hit the seal button. But before I did all that, I put a oxygen absorber in here also. Once it is sealed, I took a flat iron that women use for their hair, and I guess some guys do too, and ran it across like so, and this sealed it. So now we have long-term storage for our pretzels inside of our Mylar bags. I hope this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe and share, and please start getting ready because the food prices are getting expensive. I took some pictures at Sam's Club today, and it's incredible the stuff they do not have. Thanks, God bless you, and God bless America. Have a great evening.